Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Last Caretaker. Today I'm going to talk about this patch and why it was the most loved and at the same time hated patch of all time. By the way, the view is fantastic in the sunrise. So the first thing about the new patch was number one, addition of the items so-called the scanner. The scanner allows you to actually scan something and just build it for your own good. You can use them for decoration, or you can just put them around and experiment with weight system. It's very amazing what you can do with these. Yeah, you can actually like make your ship sink if you make too many of them. Yes, I did it. I'm sick, by the way, so I really can't laugh, because when I laugh I cough too hard. The next thing that was added was the addition of 2 new maps and 2 new concepts to the game, which number one was the maze exploration that came with the Transposium, and the second was the God-forbidden, God-forsaken parkouring on these 2 islands. I really enjoyed both of these contents. Like, both the maze was amazing, it had its own story, it gave me another reason to play the game. Then there was the... well, there was the parkour. It was painful, but it was okay, again. But a lot of people in the community actually were, like, in a double side. Some people really enjoyed the patch, but some people at the same time couldn't enjoy it, or it like pushed them away from the game. There's always this, guys. Like, one of the best things that happened, I saw diversification. So this is a new game. This is not released yet. There is so many potential, so many options that they can do. And believe it or not, if you didn't like this patch, you will not like the other patches that much either, because this game is going to be very expensive. And what they told us by adding these departments or these quests here is that, my fellas, did you know this map goes on for almost forever? Yeah, so they have many things that they have planned. Like, if I go with that thing, look, see, it still can't go on. This is a very huge map. You will fill it with so much content later that the players will get lost in it. Like, you cannot have a static base somewhere, because we're gonna be going all around the oceans when this game is released. That is why there is even a patch for a heli. Yes, we're gonna get a helicopter in the next patches, because the map is expansive. They will need things to fill in those gaps and things, okay? So having diversification inside the content that they're giving the players is actually a very fantastic thing, because this map will have a lot of things to offer. One of the main things about me loving indie games in general is the fact that indie games are able, because they're not AAA games, they do not follow a certain, let's say, pattern of making things, breaking things, a storyline, a guideline, blah blah, whatever. Indie games have the ability to take many things from many games and put them inside the same shell and experiment with them and let the community actually guide where the game goes. And the final result is usually amazing, as long as the developers actually listen to people. So they have experimented, and I believe it was a success, because, well, I make a lot of content for this game, and it's not just for guide content, mission doing content. I do bug exploration, bug, let's say, tracking, and telling people how to fix their bugs, or I ask my community to give me the bugs that they have so I can actually find solutions for the in-game bugs. Or I optimize the weapons, the crafting system, the whatever. That's what I do. I take a game and I dismantle it until I get to the bottom of things. And there are, however, these are the good parts. These are the positive sides and the things that I am satisfied with. But the new patch actually came with something negative as well. And I want to talk about those at the same time too, because maybe it's been happening to you. I mentioned one of them inside the bug fixing one as well. And, well, it is not pretty. Well, number one thing is the problem that people are having with this little thing. Open sesame. Yes. This has been the biggest no-no so far for a lot of people. And I am terrified of making them now. Because, well, these pods can actually get stuck into the surfaces that you're putting them on. And apparently, I tested it. I put one in Lazarus's, like the front row. I resetted my game and I came back and it got stuck. Sadly, after a couple of resets. So it is something that could happen to you, especially if you had a pod that was sitting around. The chance of it getting permanently stuck and you not being able to scavenge it is very high, which is a no-no, because if you leave one on the ship, it's permanently there. Well, that will ruin your life. The only way to fix it is like rolling back your autosave file. I explained it in the how to fix bugs in this game. Like, it's 2-3 videos in this playlist before this one. And that's one thing. There's another thing that has happened. Like, as you guys have noticed, the size and the shape of these things and, let's say, the cables have been changed a little bit. Yes, it's a very good and big quality of life expansion, let's say, but it came at a cost. So they added this grid system, which you can just use, or just do it the good old way. You can make things float, and even if you don't have it, you can just see that it's moving a little bit snappy right now. So what they've done apparently is that they made a whole grid around the ship. Like, when you're moving the ship forward, you can look around the front of the ship and you can actually see an invisible square, like, all around the ship like this, and from there to there and back. That thing is causing the things on the ship to not float anymore. So they solved the floating problem. But this is very, very, very common in all indie games and game development in general. When you add something, the assets that belong to the previous game progression and allocated like patches could break, because the same assets are affected by the new systems that you're adding to the game. So that snapping, that grid system that they added for building, has caused some of these buildings to get glued into the floor, because, well, they get stuck under the floor instead of over the floor and on top of it, probably. And yes, some people can't even move their ships because some things fall off or get stuck inside the ship. And because it's not dismantleable, it either causes their ship to never be able to move, or they just get stuck in place, or they flip the ship. And, well, nobody wants to see a flipping ship, because everyone in this game so far have... Leave a rip in the comment section if your ship have ever flipped because of any bugs in this game. And I believe like 50% of the players, at least, who played this game will have a rip in the comment section. Yeah. And the problem with the cables is that, okay, they added the cable, they added new assets, and the snapping doesn't affect it that much. But cables right now have another problem. The problem with the cable is, this is probably happening to you, like when you're going to new buildings or buildings that you have. For example, let's say Lazarus Station. When you go to Lazarus, you will find your previously built or your already built, like today, let's say cables, disconnected completely. There are two things that are affecting that. Number one is that they have changed something about the elasticity of the cables. So if you see this, this is not the full. Look, I have 20 meter of this cable. Here, see? Look. There you go. See? The elasticity allows us to actually do this bungee jumping thing with it. See? Like, I can never get any further than this with that thing in my hand, with that cable in my hand. That is the elasticity of these. So what has been happening to you guys too is that you have been putting the, like for example this, if you connect this to anything down here, it will connect. But when your game loads and unloads, this thing goes back from here to where it naturally should stand, which is somewhere around here at the 20 mark. And yes, good thing. I wanted to show this and it happened mid-game. Nice. Okay. Yeah, because the elasticity happens, you have to now make your cables like maximum 18 meters. Yeah, make them 80 meters long so they don't snap at you. Or get snapped and disconnected while you're not playing the game. And as you can see, like this FPS drop, there are several reasons for it. And it is caused by two things. Yes. Oh god. Yeah, it is very bad here as well. So there are two things that are causing this little, let's say, minor inconvenience regarding your FPSs. Weather, this storm weather, that's number one reason. Number two reason is godforsaken Mr. Angels. Yes, these two things have been causing this. Like, this is the state of the art of the performance of the game. So yeah, see this? This is a very common, that's why I came to Transposium. I was actually not waiting for it. I was planning on like pausing the video until it happens, but it happened much faster during when I was talking about the other things. Sorry for that, I'm sick. I dearly apologize. But yes, this FPS drop is another thing that has been happening, and well, as you can see, it is rather annoying. And there are two things, as I said, that cause it. Storm, at daytime storm, and angels. Angels are the thingies that fly around. Yeah, anytime you see them, just destroy them. And see, as the weather just gets normal, it gets done. Now the performance is going to come back. And there it goes again. But yeah, these are the things that I love and hate about this patch. Like, but you know what? This patch gave me a lot of hope for the future of the game. Because, okay, this is very annoying. Let me pause it, go back to somewhere not laggy. Okay, as I was saying, this patch gave me a lot of hope for the future of the game. Not because of the jet ski. Jet ski was the least thing that I was expecting, like, to be good, but it's pretty good. Even though it's useless for my playstyle, it's still good. And one tip about the jet ski, your ship has a weight, so if you have only one jet ski, your ship will steer to the left or right a little bit. So if you want your ship to go at full speed and does not go right or left while you're moving forward, make two jet skis and attach them to your ship. That will make the equilibrium, so your ship doesn't like go like this to the side. But anyways, the reason why I'm very hopeful for this patch is because they are experimenting. So previously, on every patch until this patch, they never actually did something that was out of the, let's say, base game when it was released from the early access. Like, the game was just find place, go inside, power it, follow story, send children to space, done. Like, that was repeating. Like, just go in mystery way, find secret attached, go to Pecco, in Pecco read what is that secret. That was the game's main, let's say, playstyle. But by diversifying and adding the new things, like even the telephone, that every time you log on tells you a bit of a story, so it gives you more, let's say, reasons to log into the game. These are things that will actually increase your playtime, like in a meaningful way. Or they even added these skins that you can actually go back to places that you already visited and actually start collecting the skins, even though I can't, because I'm covering 3 games right now. I'm covering Legend of Himori, and I'm covering Star Rupture, and I am also covering the Humanus Z for zombie survival game, which I can't, like, go and collect. Like, if you find the skeleton skins, please let me know in the comment section where they are or when I want them. I will go get them. But yeah, in general, like, this game now gives you more options for your playstyle, and just believe in them, okay? I have reviewed their roadmap, and, well, the best ever thing that will happen is going to happen there. Let me, spoiler alert. Yeah, that place is where the real fun will begin, because, well, they gave me a single hope that this might be a future gate. Yes, that will carry us to either other planets, or they will carry us to a time where those babies come back down to Earth that we are sending up to space. But well, we have to wait and see, because nobody knows what's going to happen with the Stargate. I call it Stargate, it's not called a Stargate. It looks like a Stargate. Let's accept that as a Stargate, as a community. But anyways, these are the reasons why I loved and hate this patch, and why the community actually had some backlash about it. They're right, actually. But be patient, guys. The developers of this game are really putting their hearts and souls into this game, and I really believe in them. Like, I have not said this about any game after Brotato and Deadly Days Road Trip, but I say it about this too. This game has a good future. You have invested good time and good places. And I really recommend playing Star Rupture. Humanity, if you're a Project Zomboid and Daisy fan, check out my Humanity series as well. I haven't released many videos of it. But I cannot recommend you The Legend of Himori yet, because I have not played that game a lot yet. I only have played it for, like an hour or two, so if I see that it's a good game, I will recommend it to you. If not, I will just make a video, because I don't like bullying people into buying games. But Star Rupture and this game are worth it. But Star Rupture is really buggy too, but it has good future as well. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think about the patch and what are your problems. And if you have any bugs, report them in there, so maybe I can provide you with a solution or find a solution for you. And as always, thanks for the likes, thanks for the hypes, thanks for the subs, memberships, and supers. If it's nighttime, I hope you sleep like babies, and if it's daytime, well, just take care, man. Like, don't extend these things too far. Angeles, man. I forgot Angeles. Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. If I can find the pause. Okay, bye.